Hello, and if it's Wednesday, it means it's Wings Wednesday, at least once a month here in Philly Kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen. I am really thankful to be doing the stream because earlier today I did not think I was going to be able to do it. The power was out, but it is on and ready to go, and I am so excited to be here with you. I'm excited about the recipe today. Today it's a Gochujang Honey Wing, and we're going to be doing it in the air fryer. Now, down below in the description, you'll see the link of the recipe that I adapted for my purposes with an air fryer. And it comes from a website, and the website's entitled CJ Eats. And he is a third generation Chinese American, and he came up with this recipe, and his wife says this is her favorite of all the wings he makes. Now, he does fry them, but my job is to get them to, in fact, let me make sure this is working. Oh, you know what? 1 second, friends. I don't see. Can everybody hear me? Because I'm not seeing my, All right, friends, I need your help because I'm not seeing my little usual thing. So please let me know if you can, okay. You can hear me okay? Let me just unplug and replug because usually it makes all sorts of loveliness in here. So 1 second, friends. I know you can hear me probably from my my one, what do you call it? Just a second, microphone, but I do want to make sure you can hear me. There we go. Okay, that was really weird. So on here, by the way, you can see this green stuff. And that's how I know it's working, and it just wasn't showing. So I just needed to make sure that about that, friends, a few technical adjustments. But again, tonight, Gochujang Honey Wings, and I'm super excited. So what I did before is I seasoned it before, put them in my refrigerator so they could dry out. At the grocery, there were just whole wings, so whole wings is what I got. So they are connected, and that's the thing, with cooking, you don't have to worry about following all the rules. Like if someone says, oh, it needs to be wingettes, you can just do whole wings if that's what your grocer has. I could have separated them, but I actually like how they turn out when you cook the whole thing. So if you want yours separate, you could cut them off. But what I did is he kind of had a wet rub soak sort of thing going on, and I knew that wouldn't work well for my air fryer because I wanted to make sure these get crispy. So what I have found that works best is a dry rub, and once again I am using some baking powder. So let me first get my air fryer turned on. Let me see who's in the chat. Get this preheated. Let's see who's joining us. Eugenia, welcome. Let me see here. Yes, hi, welcome, both of you. And Archie, oh my goodness, I gotta catch up here. Wonderful, so great to see all of you guys here. Sorry for that little bit of, I don't know if it was still working, but just not showing up. But one thing my son has always taught me is you kind of have these gauges to show you when things are doing what they should. It wasn't greening up, and so I just wanted to reinsert it just to make sure everything was good. So what I did was I wanted to look at his flavors and kind of make a dry rub from it. So one of the flavors he did in his his marinade before was involving some fresh ginger. And so what I did for a dry rub is I used ground ginger. So in my dry rub, I used about 3 parts ground ginger, 1 part white pepper. In a lot of Asian cooking, you'll see white pepper being used, and it does have a little bit different flavor profile, so you can certainly substitute black pepper, but if you have white pepper, it gives you a great recipe to use it with. So 3 parts ground ginger, 1 part white pepper, 2 parts garlic powder, 2 parts salt, and 1.5 parts baking powder, because everyone says it dries out the skin more, so we'll see. So I just really tossed these well. You can see there's no spice that would give it a lot of darkness. So these have just been seasoning in my little aeration method here. So you put, you put some sort of, forgetting my little terms, thinger on top of any pan, whatever I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss, y'all. And that makes good airflow. So, and then these went into the fridge that was out of power for a few hours. But luckily, I only opened the fridge once, so I was able to make sure everything stayed nice and cold and cozy. So this is heating up. I'm gonna get my spray. I'm gonna be using a neutral oil, and you all will be really happy to know that I have recently filled up my little sprayer. You know, oftentimes I feel like it's my stream, and that's when my sprayer needs to be added. So I'm going to go ahead actually and get these sprayed, because this will be ready in no time, and get a nice coating on this side. And I'll put this skin side down. Of course, really all sides have the skin, but we'll have this side go down, and then I'll give a good spray to the next side. And then what we'll be doing once these go in is I'm making a very yummy sauce, and I am following everything he wrote for that recipe, and we'll be doing it over here on the pan. Now, I'm gonna just make sure and bring, to go check it out, I will get some, I'll get some of the stuff together here, then I'll get my pan heated, and then I'll bring the camera over to show you what's going there, since that's kind of what we're gonna have to do right now. And my light, since the power came back on, is not working. You can see, pushing, so I'm gonna have to check the breaker box once Hubs gets home and see if he can help me with that. So by the way, he will not be joining us. Hubs actually has, well, it used to be a monthly poker night, and as we've all gotten busy, unfortunately it's not as much monthly, but maybe quarterly. So he is going to be seeing very old dear friends of his and doing some poker with the boys tonight. So he will not be here, and it'll just be me. So it'll just be Philly. So how are y'all doing? For those of you who are experiencing summer right now, is it really hot where you are? Today was not a great day to have the power go out because it's quite warm. So just wondering how everyone's doing. Let's see here. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. I know, Arch, these are biggies again. I try to, you know, you've raised the bar. I gotta bring some big wings and make sure you're happy. And then Diaz says, I make my own gochujang. Oh, I love that. Oh, well, Diaz, then you have definitely got to start, I love that. And I have been exploring some things with gochujang. I would like even more recipes, so I firmly expect some of those recipes coming my way, because I just love having a use for it. In fact, I'm pretty proud when I'm trying to think how long I've had this gochujang, I don't know, a couple months, and it is half empty. So pretty pleased with that, I must say. I expect to fully go through it at some point. So our oven is heated up. There's just 13 seconds, so I'm going to bring it here. I'm going to get these in and start making that sauce. Here we go. I'm also going to put some spray here, just so nothing sticks. And then I'm going to get my tongs and flip these fellas over. And it will be a little snug, but I think I have fit 6 of these in before. So we are going to give it a try. Let's see here. I think this might work. So now Hubs won't be here, so I'm going to be in charge of all the cleanup. So say a little prayer for me that I can do as good a job as he does. I'm going to put these little thinner ones at the top. Okay, I think this will just about work. Yes. See if they can all get along in there. Okay. Oh, it smells good. Actually, just even the stuff that we did initially, you know, with the seasonings, it smells delish. So, all right, so I'm going to be putting this in at 380 for 20 to 23 minutes. So I'm going to start it at 20 minutes, and then, you know, we'll check it out. We'll see how it's going, if it needs a little bit longer. So let's get these in. Again, 380 on my air fryer. Let's turn this off. Temp. And 20. Okay, and I want to turn them halfway, so it'll let me know when it's halfway. All right, so let me just get my tongs washed so they are ready to go. So I was thinking to myself that, you know, before we know it, it is going to be the 15th of July. I'm not trying to speed anything along, but I can't believe that in a few days, it's going to be halfway through July. I feel like the summer is just going super speedy. Now for me, you know, especially here in Philly, July has been all about like heat and humidity. DS, I think you probably have had similar weather as we've had, and I'm not such a fan of heat and humidity. I mean, I like a beautiful 80-degree dry day, but once the humidity gets crazy, and they're letting us know that we are so thankful, the weather person said, that guess what, this weekend it's going to be, I think the word they used was soupy. So it's going to be lovely. Very, very moist, not in a good way. But so I don't know, Arch, I know the other day you were saying you were having some nice temperatures. I know you had a bit of a heat wave a little while ago, but I think things are a little bit more moderate, I think, typically for you, wouldn't you say? And Eugenia, for you out there in the West Coast, you'll have to let me know how things are going there as well. So, and you just said we haven't gotten to 90 yet, but we're supposed to get there next week. Wonderful. Awesome. All right, so let's start working on this sauce. So I'm going to get my pan heated, and I can't, like I said, put the light on. Oops, that's the wrong one. I'm going to get this pan going, just getting some preheated. And I'm going to mix some of the sauce together first here, and then we're going to just kind of bloom some garlic, ginger, and gochujang, and then we're going to add this mixture to the pan. So that's what we're going to do to get our sauce ready. So I'm going to put these aside to add over there, and then the stuff that we need to add in here are some oil, honey. Oh no, the oil's going to go there. Pardon me. We need brown sugar, honey, soy sauce, and rice vinegar and water. So let me grab that. Soy sauce, rice vinegar, brown sugar. There we go. Yep. Okay. I did also keep some ingredients out because if I have time, I'm actually going to, while we're waiting for the wings to cook, throw together. I have a little chopped salad I'm going to do just with like a sesame, garlic, ginger dressing. So going to do that in just a minute. But let's get this going because I want to make sure our sauce is ready to go. So in here, we are going to put, let's see here, a 1/4 cup of honey. And this is a brand new one. I was running low. I've been using a lot of honey lately as sweetener, which is, I love honey, so that's not a bad thing. Get one of these tops off. So what are the favorite things you all like to use gochujang for? It is such a wonderful mixture of flavor, chilies, and I think there's fermented stuff, and DS, you'll have to let us know more, because to be honest, I just know it tastes good. I don't know so much about what goes into it. I just know that so much, it packs a punch, and not so much for heat. Yes, gochujang can get hot, don't get me wrong, but the flavor, it's complex, it's delicious. So I'd love to know like what some of you all like to use gochujang for. All right, so in here I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of honey and get that in. Okay. I'm going to use my spatula to get it out, and I'm going to keep this 1/4 cup for the gochujang because that's how much is going to go in that we're going to bloom on the heat in a little bit after we get this stuff going. So let me put this over here. All right, and then we are going to need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm just going to eyeball it, and I'm going to also measure 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, which I'm going to be a little bit better about. You know what? This is my first time. I'm going to make sure and be a good girl with this. So I don't sit there and, you know, I'm trying this recipe of his. I don't want to say, oh, this wasn't right when I wasn't careful about putting the measurements in. So that's 1. We want to pack it in, of course, with brown sugar. 2. And then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. May, hey, nice to have you join us. I've just posed a question to the crowd, wondering what everyone likes to use gochujang, like what recipes they like using it with. And, oh, and May, you're just showing off. Oh, that is not soy sauce. This is soy sauce. Just showing off 75. So can I tell you, the 70s are like my happy place. and dry. Oh my gosh, and those pictures, that water is stunning, absolutely stunning. And Eugenia lives in a desert, so don't have a humidity issue unless I visit my kids in North Carolina, then I completely wilt. Yes, East Coast, humidity, and wilting is a very appropriate term. That's awesome, that's awesome. All right, and Archie, you're up to no good, but you know, we've gotten kind of used to that. So Arch, come on. Let us know, what do you like using gochujang with? Because you are a fabulous cook, and I want you to share some of the ways you like to use it. All right, so we're gonna put 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So we had the honey, the brown sugar, so we have some sweetness. Now we're also gonna be, let's see what else I need to get in here, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. I'm also going through that a lot, my goodness. You can tell I love a lot of Asian themed cooking. And then 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, so I'm just gonna get some of this, I'm gonna get a little whisk. Oh, won't be rainbow though, Archie, do not despair. Just gonna get a little mini whisk. Whisks of all sizes, shapes, and colors, right? There we go. All right, and Eugenia, I was thinking you were West Coast, so you are in the desert. Are you still West Coast though, I think, if I'm recalling correctly? All right, let me get that, and then I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of water in here. And I'm gonna get this up so we can get some of our yummy stuff, or aromatics, blooming. So just 2 tablespoons, 1 and 2. All right, so this part's ready to be added once we get everything bloomed. And in our pan over here, let me move these out of the way, we're gonna be putting 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil. I'm gonna be using sunflower today. And since I've been measuring everything, nope, yeah, what the heck, I'll just be measurer today. I'll be measuring Philly. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of oil because it is gonna affect how the sauce tastes, so I wanna keep that in mind. And in the oil, I'm going to be adding, and I'll bring it over here to show you, then I'll put it back on the heat to bloom. So with the oil, all right, so in the oil, I'm gonna be adding my gochujang, which is a 1/4 cup. One of my favorite recipes still for using this is the one where you add some cream and just a good pasta. I used Packery pasta, that really big, you know, rigatoni-ish looking pasta. So we're just gonna put that in there. And the cream kind of, you know, softened the heat a little bit, and I put shrimp in there, and oh my goodness. Now we're gonna be using in here 3 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna use my garlic paste because I'm feeling lazy. So 1, 2, 3 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to, let me get a little fork, let's see what they said, a 1/2 tablespoon of ginger. And I'm being lazy. This is my other way I'm lazy. I didn't have the tube, they had the jar, so that's what I'm gonna do. And this works just fine. All right, so then what I'm gonna do with this is I'm going to put this back on the heat and get this all to bloom and develop its flavors for about 1 minute. Just gonna swish this around. The pan was already warmed. Whoopsie. Getting a little crazy with the oil. All right. And here's our mixture that we'll be adding. Let me put this over there. Get some of this out of the way. All right. And I'll bring you over so you can see. All right, let's see if we can see that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so right here, you can see it's just getting a chance to bloom. I wish the color was better because I wish my light was working, but I think it's just a circuit breaker. when we lost the power, and I hear our wings are done. But before I get them, I'm going to be adding, this has had a chance now to develop some flavors. I don't want anything to burn, so now I'm just going to add, pardon my reach, this to there. There we go, nice. Hopefully y'all can see it. Oopsie. Hope you all can see it okay. There we go. All right, and I'm just going to let this come together. Get stirred in. Might need to use my little whisk a little bit. I know I should use my nonstick one, but I'm just not going to fuss right now. Plus, this pan's kind of seen better days anyway. This is an old pan I had. I thought it'd be a little bit nicer seeing the beautiful color against the white as opposed to one of my typical black pans. I know, and you can hear, beautiful. That's what we want to have happen. I'm going to turn this down to low and just let it simmer there. All right, friends, so let me get you back to your rightful spot. There we go. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. Hopefully you all didn't get a little seasick. All right. Woo! Lovely. There we go. They're getting ready. Hear the sizzle, sizzle? Okay. Let me just wipe this off. So now I'm going to flip. Add a little bit more of the oil to this next side. And let them go back in. And these are bigger, and I do have a few more. I think I have one more in than I usually do. And especially now, because they kind of can sit up on their wings, they're not too crowded, but I'm just expecting I'm going to need it for longer. So I'm going to add some time to it also. I just can tell. I can tell. So, you know, it's one of those things when you cook, you can look and you can say, yep, that's going to need that time. So let me give it a little bit more oil, spray it on there, and we can always peek at it and see if it's coming along better. So now we're going to put this right back in at 380, and I'm going to add, nope, not that. I'm going to add I'm going to add 3 more minutes, so now it's 12 minutes. Whoops. Sorry, friends. There we go. All right, and this sauce looks just wonderful. This looks really beautiful. See that? Gorgeous. It smells divine. It smells so good. And then I'm going to pour this just over top of the wings once I put them in that silver bowl that I have to help toss them in this yummy sauce. But I got to taste this. Let me just give it a quick taste. I know it's going to be screaming hot. Ooh! Oh, woo! That has a little heat. You know I like me some heat. Yummy. Oh, that is delicious. Need a little water. That is great. It is, to me, it is perfect because it just gives, you know, a definite warmth, and it's got like an instant warmth, and then all of a sudden after the sauce goes back farther in your mouth, you're like, oh yeah, you're hanging out there just a little bit, but in only the best of ways, like not an unwelcome guest, just a great spice. These are going to be great. And one of the things he does to garnish them is he puts on some sesame seeds, so I do have that to put on after, but we do have a little time. So let's get together a quick little sauce. We're just going to be adding some more. We're going to keep with the same theme. We're going to just, for my little salad here, I'm just going to put a little garlic. I'm going to put a little bit of ginger, like equal amounts. I want to do a little sweetener. Let's see. Sweetener. I'm eyeballing. A little bit of rice vinegar. Let me get my whisk. Okay. What else should we put in there? A little sesame. oil. Let's see. I think we need a little bit more. I'm going to put a little bit more sweetener and rice vinegar. I have plenty of the sesame oil. There we go. Let's see how that's going. Oh, that's nice. Now I'm going to add some salt and pepper. Might need more of that. And I have some little sunflowers to add too. Okay, let's get our little chopped, I don't call it chopped salad. It was one of those like broccoli slaws I'm sure you've all seen. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little worried that I might not have put enough dressing there. I might have to add some more. So I might just use, oh, whoopsie. Oh, there we go. We're all good now. So I might need to do that. I'm not going to add all this, just one of those lovely shortcuts. I'm going to add about half of that. Save this for something else. Take that out. We can't use that anymore. Let me do a little toss. All right, let's see what you guys have come up with gochujang. So May used it once on pasta. May, was it similar to the one I was talking about with heavy cream, or was it something different? I'm curious. I missed something about the ants, so I'm going to have to figure out what. Yes, you are in Oregon. I thought you were in Oregon, but the high desert. Now, see, I didn't know that about Oregon, Eugenia. I did not know that. I was thinking, I don't know what I thought Oregon was, but I thought Pacific Northwest, and I wasn't thinking desert. I think I was thinking probably considerable amount of rain, cold in winter, all those kinds of things. And Diaz says, it's good on anything. I've used it with our cheesecake. Crazy. As I was saying, I've used it on burgers, hot dogs, wings, and noodles. Ooh, burgers. Now, I would love to know more about that. That sounds delicious. Was it like a poultry burger that you used to get a little more flavor? That would be great in a poultry. I love doing like chicken or turkey burgers. I like a beef burger too, but I also like, a poultry burger. And then, I gotta see, Archie was being, I like to, oh, I see, Archie, do you have a little gin tonight, hon? Archie's having a little too much gin, I'm thinking. He's, as you know, Archie, the other day when Hubs and I were talking about our anniversary and we were getting a little too, I don't know what the word is. I minded you. I said, okay, no more cutesy stuff. And I think, I think we need you to behave too, my friend. All right, I'm going to turn that off. That has reduced a little bit, and I think that's fine. The only other thing I'm going to add to this is I've just got some of these sunflower seeds for a little crunch, and I'm going to also get some green onions to put on there because that will be nice too. And I think that'll do it. That'll be nice accompaniment to the wings, which should be done shortly. All right, so let me get my green onions. I'll put those back there. Oh, they smell so good. Oh my goodness. But yes, the burger, that sounds great, DS. That's what's going to get me thinking after the stream is like how to do that. By the way, Sunday, we have a stream coming up. I'm making a pasta, a summer pasta that was inspired by a pasta I had in New York City, DS. Funny story. I'll tell it. If you guys join, you're going to hear it again. So my apologies. But the funny story is that my sister and I were in New York City years ago. We go there often, but my sister and I were there years ago. I was trying out to be in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Remember that show? And it was, I would say, it was like 2 years into the show or 3 years into the show. It was pretty early into the show, and I loved that show. And I don't know about y'all, but I would watch that, and I was like, I could do so much better than they could. And, I'd play along. And, at one point later, I even got the app, and played along on my app and all that kind of stuff. I was a bit obsessed, I'm not going to lie. And in any event, I, kind of went through their website to figure out what I could do to be a possible contestant. And so I filled out the necessary, papers and whatnot. And then I was to go to New York City and wait in line. You got permission to do that, and then waited in line. And then we went in and we had to take a test. And then if you got a certain score or above, I can't remember if it was 70 or 80, you got to move on, and you could then be interviewed. Oh, Philly, the teacher did not get a high enough score. And I can't recall if it was 70 or 80% of the questions right. And maybe it was 75 or 80. I just remember thinking it was pretty high, because you don't know what questions they're going to ask. They were the kind of questions that you would see on the show. But of course, they all weren't the easy ones, that you get right away. And anyway, in any event, I was a little sad that I did not get past that point. But my sister was super proud of me for trying, and she came for the ride and waited, for me while I went in and took the test. And then we went and grabbed lunch, and I think we were on the I think we were on the west side, like the Upper West Side, and we just like in New York, you just come across these restaurants, and we knew nothing about the restaurant. It was an Italian restaurant, and we went in there, and I had this pasta done in a certain way that I've never forgotten, and it is for me, and some of you might all know about, I'm not going to tell you yet, you're going to have to wait for the stream to find out the special ingredient that I first had on this tomato pasta in New York City, and I'd never had it that way. And then don't you know, when I came back from that, so there's just some green onions I'm just going to sprinkle. When I came back from that, I went ahead and tried to recreate it for Hubs. Now, what I'm going to do for you guys on Sunday is I want to make it more of a summer pasta. So, none of those long cooked sauces and things like that. I want to kind of make it fresh and simple and quick. So, yep, that is the plan. So on Sunday, 5 o'clock, it'll be dinner time with Philly and Hubs. All right, let's check on these. Oh, they look nice. They look nice, but they don't look like I should take them out quite yet. I'm going to let them go. There's 3 more minutes left. I'm going to let them go the full 3 minutes because I do like a crispy wing, and I don't want to take them out too soon. Hugest wings I've ever seen. A creamy pasta sauce. Yes, it was. I'm intoxicated on life. There was a song back in the, was it the 90s, 80s or 90s? I'm High on You. Do you remember that song, Arch and Friends? It was like such a pop song, and I'm not going to sing for y'all because that is definitely not going to happen. But I wish I remember the line that preceded. There was some words before, and then he says, "I'm high on you." And anyway, see, that's why I don't sing. Tempura zucchini is on the menu again tonight, Archie. Oh, did you do that, Eugenia? That delicious zucchini he made. By the way, any of you all watching this, make sure and check out Archie's YouTube channel because he does this amazing tempura battered zucchini that is mouth-watering and absolutely delicious. Please sing. Yeah. Hubs will be like, no. Yeah, no, not singing. But I was going to say, Arch, I would have to have quite a few cocktails in me to even dream of singing, but then I would firmly regret it and I would just delete the video. So we'd all be in a bit of a pickle at that point. So. Alrighty. Oh, and Archie, I wanted to let you know I finally got Hubs to start watching 1883. So I watched the first 4 episodes without him because he wasn't going to budge, and then he has. So I've caught him up to episode 2. I told him I'd wait, And so we're at episode 2 with that. So enjoying that. Very different than, than the original show, but very good. Like I'm really enjoying the story. All right, friends, the big ta-da. Ooh, these look, I'm so glad I went the extra 3 minutes. So this was, friends, look at those. That gorgeous. Oh my goodness. All right, so this is the plan. I'm gonna put these fellas in here, and then I'm gonna bring over that delicious sauce, pour it over, and give it a toss, and hopefully don't get everything on me in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. These look amazing. Wow. You know what, and I bet you these would be good just like that, right? You know, that's how chicken is. All right, and let's get this yummy sauce. This delicious sauce. See that? Yummy. All right. So I'm going to drizzle and then toss. Ooh, yum. Okay. All right. And get some, as Hubs would demand, get some water on that so things don't stick too much. And now I'm going to try to toss, and that makes me so nervous. At least I wore a multicolored shirt here, right? They smell amazing, and this is why I wish I could toss them better, because one of the wings was kind of coming apart, and I don't want that to happen. Okay, I'm just going to try it this way. Here we go. I just don't want them to get injured. I guess they're ultimately injured, right? So probably silly that I'm even worrying about that. Okay, get them all nice and lovely coated. Oh my gosh. Let me just show you this so far. I'm gonna get these out and on a plate. We're gonna plate this up and throw some sesame seeds. The smell is amazing. I mean, the gochujang is it's just amazing. There's no other way to describe it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Okay. And I'm good. This one didn't quite get all covered, so this is the one I'm gonna taste, so I wanna get this one all covered. I'm going to get a nice little plate for me. Let that guy cool off while we give the wings the oohs and ahs. Nice. Oh my gosh. I wish I could give these all to you. They just look amazing. There we go. All right. Let me sprinkle these sesame seeds. Give a nice crunch, sprinkle some on mine. Okay. Whoops. Okay, perfect. All right. Let me show you all. Beautiful. Color. I hope that's coming through. They're gorgeous. They're so pretty. So pretty. All right, so there are the wings. And then I'm going to bring my chair over and chat with you all a second and try these out. And I definitely need some napkins. Put this there. I think it's going to be a bunch of napkins. All right, so let's check these out. Let's see. Of course, got my salad. All right, the Gochujang Honey Wings from CJ Eats. All right, let's see here. Ooh, oh, they're hot. Of course. We're not surprised about that, are we, at all? Oh, they're quite hot. Okay. The sauce is awesome. Oh, I should have gotten a fork, but you know who eats wings with forks? Hubs does, and I'm not going to do that because because you know, I gotta bring my A game for this. All right, let's try this. Oh. Finger licking. Oh my gosh. These are amazing. Try these now. These are my favorite of any of the Asian wings I've made thus far. These are incredible. The heat is not, now, I mean, some people are heat sensitive. If you're heat sensitive, maybe use less of the gochujang. But for any of y'all watching right now, the heat's not too bad at all. It's perfect. The chicken is, well, you can see, fall off the bone. The skin is crispy. The sauce with the sweet and spicy. It is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I mean, these are amazing, and I'm a mess. These are amazing. I would give this one of my highest ratings. I've been on a roll lately because last week, by the way, you all know, if you all weren't watching, I would lick these all off. But my mom was, I'm kind of feeling my mom is probably watching over me saying, oh dear, get a napkin. And I'm not saying she would say it that way, but I just feel a little guilty. So I'm going to properly wash them off. These are amazing. Like they are, they're incredible. They're so delicious. I love the seasoning that we did beforehand because it's not just the sauce, right? So the seasoning of the ginger and garlic, the white pepper, like is that you know, background player in this. It's absolutely delicious. It's funny, I was thinking that, now I know gochujang can be spicy, but I was thinking, wow, that's a lot of sugar having the honey and the brown sugar. It all works. They are sticky, spicy, sweet. There's umami, salty. They are phenomenal. I will definitely be making this again. This is a phenomenal recipe. My two favorite recipes have been the past 2 months. The dry rub with the Alabama white sauce. I'm actually going to make it for my folks. They're going to be coming in for a visit up here in Philly, and I'm going to be making those wings. And I was telling my son, the one you guys have met, Matt, about that dry rub and that Alabama white sauce. So good. And you know, as you saw, for anyone watching me on Twitter, I combined it actually with some slaw, the Alabama white sauce. Made a great slaw on top of. You could put pulled pork or even just a chicken sandwich. So good, so flavorful. But these Gochujang Honey Wings are outstanding. Hubs missed a good night. And I can't guarantee y'all how many he's gonna have left from this plate because, you know, he's already gonna have had dinner. So there's no reason I can't just finish them all off. Not saying I'm going to. I will stop when I'm full, but maybe I'll eat the whole plate. I don't know, friends, what do you think? Should I eat the whole plate or should I be a good girl? But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Archie and DS and May and Eugenia for coming on. This is a winner. I highly recommend this. I think this was an outstanding recipe. So CJ Eats, thank you so much for creating this. This gives high marks for me. And yeah, so I will, and if you're not following me yet, please make sure and like and subscribe and be sure to follow me so that you don't miss a thing. You can also find me on Twitter, Philly Live, and just this week I'm like so ancient. I finally started an Instagram page because I just hadn't done Instagram. I had a personal Facebook page that I want to keep personal, but I hadn't done the Instagram thing, so I just started it. But really, Twitter is probably the way you can find out, you know, the most about what's going on and things I'm cooking. But this is phenomenal. So thank you guys for your support. Thank you for coming on stream. Like I said, if you're going to be around on Sunday, making a very yummy pasta inspired by a trip to New York City many years ago with my sister. And I hope you all eat well. And until we eat again, bye, friends.